Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Motorcycles YouTube channel. You are looking with me on 2000 Harley-Davidson Softail Fat Boy. I have purchased this beautiful bike last week and it has approximately 20,000 miles on the odometer. And as the new owner, I would like to know what is the condition of the battery, and also I would like to fully charge it. On Softail Fat Boy, the battery, it's located underneath the seat. So in the previous video, I have shown how to loosen these 3 bolts and remove the seat. So here we go, and we can finally perfectly see location of our battery on this Softail Fat Boy. It's always good practice if you are here to check that these bolts are perfectly tight and you don't have any loose connection on it. That's very important. The red is our positive terminal and the black is our negative terminal. To get very basic idea about your battery condition, you can use multimeter, but that's just scratching the surface. So let's go see together what we can do using a multimeter. I have positioned it the way you can see it. I will put it on volts. This is auto ranging multimeter, so you don't have to switch it on certain range. If you don't have automatic, you will put it on 12 volts or the next above it, and basically I will just touch plus is the red and will create a good contact, and we will see. This will be first idea. And we are reading together, I hope you see it, 12.74 volts. And that's absolutely incredible considering now the facts. This bike didn't run for, 1 week? I will say 1 week. It's just sitting here, and the charge alternator didn't charge that for over 1 week. The fact it's holding 12.74 volts is fantastic, and that already gives us idea that battery seems to be in very good condition. However, to really test it and see what is the life, what is the state of charge, state of health, you need a different tool. In my automotive shop, where I'm specialized for Toyota vehicles, I'm using this as a tester. You can also use the mechanical load tester, but this one is the most precise I have. Again, if you look at it, it has a positive and negative clamp, so all you have to do is get it on those terminals, and the moment you will touch them, it will start working. So the tool is confirming. I have to find the angle where you can read it with me. The terminals are hopefully good right now, and we can do this together. The only problem is we don't know what's the capacity of this battery. So we have 12.70 volts, so that's very close to what we were reading with that multimeter. I will say okay. The language is English, and it's in vehicle. In vehicle means that your motorcycle terminals, the battery terminals, are still connected to the battery. The other option will be out of a vehicle, which means there will be the bench test. If you are really questioning your battery, you have to disconnect the battery from the motorcycle completely. You can leave it there or put it on the bench, and then you are using out of vehicle option because that's the only one which is 100% precise. Let's say right now we don't want to do that. We will continue with in-vehicle test. It's a before charge, yes, because the battery wasn't fully charged again on the bench. It's a regular flooded, I'm assuming it, because I don't see any info on this battery. And now it's called cranking amps I have to set, and I don't know what is the rating, but I will say maybe it's a 300 because the battery is tiny. On the cars where the battery is huge, it's normally 700 cca. Let's put this one 350. I really don't know, because it's written somewhere on the site and it's not available the way we are looking at it. So I will push OK again. And now this little tester, it's doing that entire test. And guys, this is only way you can see the real test of your motorcycle battery. State of health, it's 52%. You can see state of charge, it's 98. So you can see how it was misleading. It says 12.70 volts. Available amperage is 285, but the internal resistance is 1188 milliohms, and it should be like 6 only. So the tester at this moment says, I recommend to you to replace this battery. Now I want to be absolutely cautious about this. Now I'm like, the battery seems to be starting perfectly. This bike, when the load goes through the starter, now I'm questioning these results, and I'm not blaming the unit because the connection to the battery is kind of funky, as everybody can see, and the vehicle is still attached. So now it's time, if I'm really questioning this, now it's time to disconnect it from the motorcycle, put it on the bench, and repeat exactly same procedure to remove battery from motorcycle or vehicle. You always begin with removing the negative terminal. That's the procedure. It's the only right way to do it. So begin with negative. This looks pretty funky here. And only after that comes off. Come on, that's a long thread. You put it on the side somewhere. So it's not touching anymore. You will remove the positive. That's a side terminal. Let's see how I will get to it. And that's the correct way. So the other bolt is off. Now I can pull the battery out. Look, there's absolutely no info about it whatsoever. But we will redo that testing when it's not connected to the bike. Here is some remnant junk. Yeah, that's no good. If I see it correctly, there is a Harley-Davidson logo right here, HD logo. So maybe it was battery from the dealer. We will repeat that test. Have no idea, there's no sticker anywhere, no item number, so I could look it up online. I don't know what are the CCAs on this, but let's redo this test and have a final clear result. Let's see if these clamps will open all the way. I think they will, so I can grab it really nicely with really good connection. That's fantastic. So we are back to the 12.7 volts. Let me get a glare of that display so you can see it. And continue. Now then we don't have interference with that wiring harness from the bike. Now it's out of vehicle, we said. Before charge, regular flooded, and I'm still guessing it's a 350. Even, let's say, even if it was 325, let's say, and let's see the final correct result. Look at that. Now we have a different results. State of health, 77%. So that went up. State of charge, 98, 12.7 volts, 280 amps. Internal resistance suddenly went down, if I'm correct. And now we have the perfect result. This battery is good. That's why it keeps holding. Even without running the alternator, it's holding 12.7 volts. And we can keep it. Of course, what I will do deep charge with a real charger, not a trickle charger. Hop, hop. Testing is finished. So you can see it's very important to use correct tools for maintenance of your motorcycle. This entire contact here is very questionable. It should be probably redone. The positive seems to be OEM in the good shape, so that's fine. But this negative terminal doesn't look really good. However, as far as I know this motorcycle, and that's very brief. Anytime the owner, when he was showing it to me, the bike was perfectly, the starter was perfectly rotating and it was starting perfectly. So these are just things which I am in general perfectionist. I want to have everything perfect. I will be looking in this wiring harness, cleaning everything, since this is my new baby. But hopefully you get very good idea what can be done. That tester top down is very affordable. You can purchase it on Amazon. They have an online store. I can recommend that. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, please give it a thumb up and stay tuned. I will be filming everything on this 2000 Fat Boy. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.